welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a special guest. This is one of my very best friends, Jackie. Say hi, Jackie.
Hi.
Jackie and I have been friends since the 6th grade, best friends since the 6th grade. And so I asked her to come on my channel. We're just gonna be getting ready. We're not really talking much about makeup. We're kind of just answering some questions that were asked to me in our Facebook page, our beauty chit chat group page. So one thing I want to share is that Jackie recently lost about 65 pounds this year, like since May 1st, right? Mm-hmm. In 7 months, she's lost 65 pounds. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about her weight loss journey, kind of how she did that. And then we're also going to talk and kind of reminisce about our childhood and all that fun stuff, all the funny, embarrassing, fun stories. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. All right. So what foundation are you using?
The
L'Oreal Pro Glow.
Mm-hmm.
You like that one?
Yeah,
Who told you about that?
You told me. I think, yeah. All the foundations I have that you said were drugstore.
You like?
Yeah.
I'm going to use it too, actually. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to use your color. You have Natural Buff. That sounds familiar. Okay, so one of the questions, and I posted in my group, questions for Jackie, and so I have a lot of them.
Okay.
But the one that people wanted to know the most is, like, how did you, like, lose weight? Because you've lost how many pounds in the last 6 months, maybe?
I think it's 65 pounds.
In how long? Like 6 months, right? Or no?
No, I started so I went to a weight loss clinic, which is in a doctor's office, and that was on my birthday. But I didn't really start...
Which is April.
Yeah, April 27th. But I didn't really start, like, counting my calories and working out until probably May 1st. Okay. And the clinic basically just kind of taught me what I already knew, except better, like, how to eat more protein and work out, and then, like, kind of got me on a calorie. They wanted me to do, like, 1,000 calories, and I told them that was unrealistic. And so,
you're like, no, that's not gonna happen.
No, and she was real cool about it, but that's what started it off, because Lisa knows I'm very cheap, and if I put money behind stuff, like,
you're gonna follow.
I'm gonna follow through. So I started doing that, and slowly, I had to keep.
Did it come off real fast at first, or
no? Okay, I didn't want to do any fad, like dieting. I wanted a lifestyle change,
I love
so. Because I knew it was going to, like, have to be a slow process. And that was probably what... I had lost 20 pounds once or twice in the last 3 years. But, like, after 20 pounds, I, like, was like, okay, I'm good. Yeah. You know, when I wasn't. And so I had to just take a different approach to it. And this lady that worked at this clinic is a nurse practitioner, and she's amazing. Because it wasn't really about the food for me. And that is what I really saw on the end of it. It was about the mental stuff that was going on, and she really, like, every 2 weeks really, like, walked me through it and was like, don't believe those things. I guess another lady said that was, like, her background was more of the,
like, emotional eating.
Yes.
Or, like, yeah,
and it really, like, spilled over into other things in my life, and having to, like, deal with why I got there. What was the reasons that I got there in the first place? Because the weight is really just an outward thing that people can see, but it really was, like, internally what was wrong with me to make me eat and make me get into that lifestyle thing. So that was, like, huge. But what I did to lose it was not fun. You eat 1,200 calories and you work out all the time, and you have to learn to love to work out.
And do you feel like you do now?
I feel like I have to work out every single day.
You do every day?
Every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do? Like,
I do cardio, and I do different cardios. Like, I break it up. I do, you know, the stair stepper, and I'll do the rower, and I'll do the elliptical. I'll break that up, and then I do weights. I'll do upper and lower. I'll do body pump probably 3 or 4 times a week. So it's really been, but it's not, well, now it's like a mental thing for me. It's about the weight loss, because I still have a little bit more than I want to lose, but, like, you know, stuff happens in your life that makes you angry or excited, and to, like, work out kind of just
helps relieve
that. Yeah, it does, and it kind of starts off your day, or just any part of your day just makes it better, you know?
Yeah.
So it's become that for me, and it wasn't. I mean, I've always worked out for years. I've always, I mean, again, I pay a gym membership, so I'm not going to let it go to waste. So sometimes I was just, like, there, and I'm like, well, at least I'm here.
At least my $40.
Exactly. So I always worked out. And, you know, I know what to do to lose weight. I just
need to be in the right headspace.
Yeah, it's all about the headspace. It's all about the headspace. For me, at least, it was really about the head.
Do you eat like a lot of, like, frequently every couple of hours, or do you just eat 3 meals a day? How does it work?
I usually eat, like, for breakfast, I'll have eggs and toast.
And full eggs or egg whites?
No, I have full eggs. 2 eggs, have those, and a piece of toast. I like hot... I'm really nosy because I'm not really seeing. Anyway,
well, your blush matches your shirt. You look good.
I remember one time I told you I was standing up at Aaron's house when you lived there, and I was like, my stomach's getting so big, it's like almost to my boobs, and you were like, it's good to be even, and I was like, always trying to make me feel good. Anyways, sorry, I'm reaching to get you. Can I reach?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyways,
meals. So 3 meals a day, or like mini, like every. Because I remember when I was doing that, I was eating like every 4 hours, and it was small meals. It was like 200-calorie meals every 4 hours.
Yeah. I eat breakfast, and then I have a protein shake, those ones that are already made, and then I have hard-boiled eggs, and I have grapes. I have a lot of little snacks, so it is like these little small meals. And then at dinner, I really eat just like a lot of fish and vegetables. Yeah, lots of. I buy vegetables every week, and we eat them because, you know, again, I'm not gonna waste like this. I can't waste money, you know, I just can't do it, and so I'm not gonna waste it, so I'm gonna eat them and figure out some way to cook them. So it literally, I see money going into the trash can. So
well, that's not a bad way to like be, though, you know?
Yeah.
You're not wasteful.
No. Sometimes I am, but...
Yeah. But generally you're not.
No. I'm always cheap. That's why I can't buy all these products now. I have, like, all this foundation in my hair, but whatever.
Well, but your makeup looks good. Like, you don't have to buy expensive products to have nice makeup, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like drugstore makeup has really come such a long way in the last several years, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, such a long way. I feel like you know, years ago you really had to get products from department stores or for good quality, I feel like. But now, I mean, I have drugstore foundations that I think are equally as good, if not better, than, you know, $40 foundations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good options. Okay, so I'm going to
go. Do you do your brows all the time?
Well, so I have microblading, you know, it's like that tattoo brow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always put something. If I don't do brow pencil, I do a brow gel. Just because there's some areas that aren't like totally filled in that this kind of gives like a natural looking feel. Now that I don't have any eye makeup on my brows, it looks crazy.
That's funny.
It does, right?
It does. When you say that, I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay, I want to get my phone and look at some questions that people asked. Let's see. Okay, so I remember one question that I wanted to see what your response or what your answer to this was what's your first memory of me in it? You know. Okay, so Jackie and I have been friends since we were 11 or 12. 6th grade is when we met. So, what's your first memory?
Okay, why don't you say your first memory? And I'll explain myself afterwards. For sure.
Okay, so my first memory is I was in 6th grade, so I went to a new school, junior high school. So when you go to junior high, right, there's like lots of elementary schools feeding into the school. So there were a lot of new kids at the school that I didn't know, and Jackie was one of them. And I remember being in PE class, and she was like this tiny, cute little blonde girl. And I remember smiling at her real big, and she looked at me like this. You gave me the dirtiest look.
And the reasoning why is because I was 12 years old. And I was conceited, and I saw Lisa, and first of all, I saw her boyfriend, and I thought he was cute. And then I saw Lisa and realized that she was competition, and that I was not going to be able to take her boyfriend away from her because she was too pretty. So, I mean, that shows a lot about how I was back then. But, I mean, and then I realized, like, and first of all, it's hard not to like you because you are really nice. No, so, and then I realized that it's better to like team up instead of try to compete.
We became best. I mean, we became friends really quickly after that. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think I was gonna let you not like me.
But that's kind of how you are with everybody. Like, it's you're the version of me in the mind, but you're way sweeter than I'm not as sweet as you are. I wish I was. I think I'm getting
You are.
I think
I'm very sensitive and very...
Oh, yeah. I'm sensitive, but I guess maybe in my mind, in my own space.
You are very sweet. You're a very loyal friend. Like, if you will, like...
Oh, yeah. I saw some meme and it, like, described me. I'm not jealous. I'm, like, protective of what's mine. So, like, if you're my friend, if you're my husband, if you're my kid, if you're my family, like, please don't mess with me or them.
I'll never forget in high school when I had a boyfriend and he like had cheated on me and I was finding out and was at your house. Do you remember this?
I remember. I didn't know until right now. I didn't realize that he cheated on you. I remember you being upset because of him, but I don't remember because it was cheating.
Well, maybe it wasn't, but I think I had heard that he'd kissed another girl or something at a party, and I was crying and you started crying. We were both like bawling in your bathroom and we were on the phone with them, and I think you got on the phone and you like told them off.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did that for you a few times. But yeah, I do remember that. I do have even when I don't want to say it's a problem, I just take on people's emotions a lot. So do. Like, if somebody's mad or somebody's sad, I start to cry. Yeah. I know. I don't know, Jeremy was telling me the other day not to cry, and I was like, it's okay for me to have emotions.
Okay, what's one of your funniest memories about us?
Okay. The one that like comes to mind too, there's the one where we were in a car and we were leaving Lisa's house.
Oh, I know exactly what to say.
We were leaving her house and
we were like at 16 or 17 probably. Right?
Yeah, we were going out.
Yeah.
I know you were all dressed up. We were going out, and we were in her car, your mom's car. We were in an SUV, and we were just down
Ford Explorer.
Okay, yeah, and we were just down the street. Like, we hadn't even left her street, and all of a sudden, she started freaking out. She was like, "Oh my God, there's something in my pants." And I'm looking at her like she's crazy, and she's like cupping the top of her pants, and she's like, "There's something moving in my pants." You're like, "Help me," and I just started. I was just laughing. Like, you want me to put my hand down?
And I was driving, so I was like, it was like
I wasn't helping.
You were literally crying. You were laughing so hard. And what was it? It was
a June bug or like a beetle.
It was like a big, hard, juicy bug that had crawled in that had been in my pants when I put them on. And so imagine like you're driving and you feel a big like crawly underneath your pants, crawling on your leg.
Yeah, and pants were like tight, but you literally thought I was gonna like help you in that moment. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'll laugh.
Well, the other night, we got home and I put my pajamas on. And when I was walking out, I like turned and I caught a glimpse of my butt in the mirror, and there was a lizard like this big on my butt, just hanging out on my butt. So he must have been on my pajama pants when I put them on, and he was just clinging on. So I'm standing there and I kind of freeze, and I have this moment of like, what do I do now? I didn't want to hurt him, so I didn't want to like whack him off and hurt him, but I wanted to like get him off of me immediately. So I literally just like ripped my pajama pants off, screamed. Paul comes running in, and
it's a lizard.
Yeah, and we never found him, so I think he's still living in my closet.
Was it a big lizard?
It was. I mean, his body alone was like this big, plus his long tail. I mean, he was like this big on my butt.
No. Yeah, I'm not good with creatures. And there's, out here, there's creatures all over the place.
Yeah.
But what is the funniest moment
that I remember of us? I need to think about that. One memory that I have that it wasn't funny. I mean, it wasn't like it was super hilarious at the time, but like thinking back to it, it's really funny. I think it's a good story. Is like, so Jackie and I were each other's prom dates.
Oh, yeah.
And remember you drove that big Ram Charger?
Yeah. I didn't want to spend the money to go on the limousine. And so why
were we each other's prom dates? Because we both had boyfriends.
It's sad. I had a boyfriend. He was older. And for some reason at the last minute, he decided not to
He didn't want to go to a high school prom.
Oh, and my mom didn't want me to go prom by myself. So my mom paid. Remember, she paid for your ticket? And she paid for you to like... So you would go with me. So
yeah.
It's kind of pathetic when I think about it. Like, I'd never had a prom date. Like, you were my prom date. I never had a boy go with me. But
I do remember driving in your, like, it was like a 1987 Dodge Ram Charger, right?
It was a house on wheels.
It was.
Yeah.
And we were following the limousine with all our friends in our prom dresses.
I should have had you, like, drive. You had a way better car than me. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
I don't know. But, yeah, I didn't want... I don't even remember rolling up to the after party. Did you go with me?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and the limo showed up, and I had my big old car, my house on wheels. Yeah, I hated that thing. It was so big.
Okay, what are your tips for maintaining your friendship? So I was thinking about this today. I don't think we've ever gotten in a fight. There's one time in middle school where we didn't like each other.
Yeah.
Like we got in a fight in middle school, but have we ever...
Because I was mean all the time.
Have we ever had a disagreement or like a...
Oh, yes.
We have?
Well, no, we've gotten little fights, but not like where...
I don't remember us ever being a part where we weren't talking for a while or we were...
Other than like the middle school stuff?
Yeah.
No. We've gotten little bicker fights, like you not wanting me to borrow your clothes and then you would borrow mine and lose them. Or I remember I was thinking thinking about this moment we were fighting about it. It was very little, but it was something that still sticks out in my head, and you made me learn something in this moment. Like, we were fighting about the elliptical machine, and like, if you push the thing to go all the way up, if it makes you work out all your muscles. And I was fighting. I was like, no, you can't do that. I swear to God, I had looked at the machine, and you can't work all your muscles going all the way up. It was all the way down. And I was going back and forth with you. I was like, no. And you were like, okay, you're right. And I remember thinking to myself, she doesn't think I'm right. But it made me think to myself also that, like, I have to be right. And she doesn't want to argue with me, and I don't want to be that person that has to be right. Yeah. And then I went to the gym, and you were right. But it was something that, like, even though you didn't fight with me, it made me realize something in that moment that I was like, oh, I think I have to be right all the time. And I definitely don't want to be the friend where I have to be right, or you have to agree with me. Yeah. Like, nobody has to agree with me all the time, but you don't come at me crazy. But you can agree with me nicely, or not agree with me nicely. But yeah. Yeah. But no, everything we fought about were like...
Yeah, we never gotten fights.
It was mostly about like...
And I think for like maintaining our friendship, like, we don't see each other all the time, you know?
And we cannot talk, and I can send you a text about like, did you hear this, or did you watch that? I mean, it can literally be months. Yeah. And then it's just like, oh yeah, and talk about it. I mean... Yeah. It doesn't have... we don't have a friendship. We're not in middle school.
Well, I feel like you... and Aaron and Michelle are like the three friends that like know every like part of me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, all the good, the bad, and the ugly. And like, I know like with you three, there's like no judgment ever.
Exactly.
You know? I think that's probably why, you know.
Yeah, that it's easy just to keep up a friendship and you don't have to be around them all the time to like keep that up. Yeah, for sure. And well, I mean, that's what you want to have with every friend, is that you don't have to, you can just pick up where you left off.
Yeah. Well, and too, it's like, you know, I know that you guys know who I am, and I don't have to worry about
having to be somebody that you're not.
Yeah. Or like, you know,
the judge.
Right. Or if I say something without like fully thinking it through, like, you know, my intention, you know, that I didn't mean something, you know,
I'm not going to read into.
Right. I'm one of those people, I think, I mean, you probably agree with this, that I kind of worry a lot about like, oh, I hope I didn't say something wrong, or I hope I didn't like, oh, you know, hope I didn't offend this person. And
I think every woman is like that. Yeah, I think you're more like that because you're just sweeter. Like, I'm like that. I think about it, and there's a lot of times that I shouldn't have said those things, but I'm also the type of person that's like, it is what it is. You know, I have already, you know, got to live with the consequences. You know,
learn from it.
Yeah, and then move on from it. I mean, I've learned a lot to, like, just apologize for things. And a lot of the times I apologize for things.
They're like...
And people didn't even see it that way.
But at least you don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to, like, sit there and think, oh, I hope I didn't hurt their feelings. Or I hope they didn't take this the wrong way. I do that a lot, too.
See, this is the only thing about that lipstick. I always feel like it's...
A little crooked.
Yeah. It is always a little crooked.
Well, your natural lip is, you know, all our natural lips aren't, like, perfectly even. Okay, so I want to tell a funny story about you. When I worked at MAC and you came into
Oh my God. I thought about this story the other day. Yes.
So when I worked at MAC, you know how all their foundation shades are like W or NW20, you know, NC 20.
And I remember
Jackie coming in and saying, I need some WD-40.
And your manager was like, WD-40 is oil. Like, she didn't even play it off like, hey, I think that, you know, you mean this. No, she was like, no, girl, we don't sell that here. I felt real stupid quick, but I was like, whatever, you know.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is you've never been NW40. You're like an NW25. Well, actually, you're really tan.
This is
self-tanner.
Yeah, the Jergens slowly tan. I love this stuff.
Okay, I feel like we're not answering enough questions. Let me go back to this.
More questions.
What do you plan on doing to maintain the weight loss?
That's a good question. That's like what I've been talking to with the nurse. Like, once I hit my goal, then what? Then what am I going to be looking forward to? Because, you know, when you strive for something. So, I don't know. I'm hoping, because this is not, I mean, like I said, it began as a weight loss journey, or it wasn't even like a journey for me. I was just trying to lose some weight, but it ended up being so much more emotionally that I think that that's my plan, to keep just doing what I'm doing, because it's more about like the happiness and the self-love and taking care of myself versus. So I'm hoping to maintain it, continue to do what I'm doing. You know, that's my goal, is just to keep going. But once I don't have a goal, what's my goal?
Yeah, I feel like that was the hardest for me after I lost the weight, is to keep it up, because when you're losing weight, it's so, people are like, oh my God, you look so great, and it's like, and you see that scale that drop,
but that goes.
Yeah, but then you then you get your healthy weight, and you're not really supposed to lose any more weight, and it's like, you know, it's hard to kind of
keep that
adjust
going.
That, yeah.
Yeah. So, and weight is always going to be an issue for me. I mean, I'm 4'11", so like my goal weight is 120, but the BMI is supposed to be like between 95 and like 113.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that ain't happening. It's definitely not happening. So, I mean, I'm not going to go that low. But I think also, like, with the whole working out, I've also found the love in, like, watching my body get toned and strong. Like, I'm surprised at, like, how strong I am. And I like that. Like, I can lift stuff. And I can, like, go up my stairs and skip a stair. So, like, I think hopefully like that love of the working out will continue just going, you know, and still having that love and having kind of, I mean, not that I talk to a ton of people at the gym, but I do talk
to a community of people there.
That are, I mean, I actually stepped out of my comfort zone, and there's this guy that has been going to the gym as long as I have, and he's a pretty heavier set guy, and I don't know him, and he was stretching one day, and I just was like, hey, I just want to say that, like, you look really good. I'm proud of you. I mean, he still has probably a good, 80 pounds to lose. And he said he had already lost 80 pounds.
Wow.
But I just was like,
and you had seen that transformation happen? Like,
I saw maybe he had lost 40 pounds of that weight. So I just saw a little bit, but I know like every bit of that encouragement helps. And so I wanted to like give that to somebody else.
That's awesome.
And so we were able to talk. Like, I haven't talked to him since I see him at the gym and like give him a head nod, but still it was like, and then he just opened up and he was like, I started losing weight and I didn't realize how much like my journey would encourage other people just by watching me at the gym. And he's like, I've made so many friends, and sometimes he was like, it hinders me because I'm sitting here talking to people
and I'm trying to work out.
So it was cool, definitely. Sometimes I think I have a lazy eye.
Okay, what high school award did Lisa win or should have won?
Okay, high school, no. I can tell y'all a story about middle school. Middle school, I think 6th grade and 7th grade, she won the Valentine's Queen.
I did. I don't even remember that.
Yes, and then in 8th grade, she didn't run, and so luckily, because I'm number 2.
Oh, stop it.
I won. No, that was it. And I remember just being like, thank God she's not running.
I don't even remember that.
I do, because I remember in 6th grade when you won, I was just like, of course she won.
You were homecoming queen though, weren't you?
No, I was never homecoming queen.
No, I think they mean like what should I have won? Like most likely to whatever, or like most likely to get in jail, or most likely to get,
most likely to be like on TV. I would have thought for sure, because you wanted to be like a news anchor.
Yeah.
So I would have most likely, like the whole YouTube thing is totally like your thing.
That's so funny how it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking at you in the camera. That's totally Lisa's thing.
Yeah. I think that might. Let's see. We'll do one more. So we're going to post some pictures of us from back in the day. I'm going to put them on the screen. Okay, we kind of did that one.
Oh, there was one that I thought was good. If we could go back in time.
What was one part of our friendship we would
Yeah, what would we do?
Well, what was your answer to that?
I have 2 answers. I have our wedding days. Because we were doing our wedding at the same time.
Oh yeah,
we decided not to. Like 2 months apart, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
We decided not to like make the other one have to like do parties or anything like that. So we did our own stuff. But like just to be able to go back to that day, each other's day, and like remember it because it goes by so quick. So I think we weren't able to like really experience that. And then the other moment was just a lot of moments, a lot of fun that we had together, and to be able to go back to those fun moments and like embrace that we were young and didn't have responsibilities.
That stage of life.
And we didn't embrace that, you know, until I go, oh, we have no responsibilities and we're just having fun. And we're like, to be able to go back to that and go, oh my God, this isn't going to last forever. And we should enjoy it while we can.
always wanted to grow up and.
Yeah. And now we're here. It's like, this is the responsibilities, you know, but yeah, I wish we could go back to that.
Yeah.
Those are good moments.
Good. I agree. I would agree with those. Will you send me that picture of your wedding where you're in the mirror and I'm there and I'm like,
oh yeah. I'll send it to you.
I'll put pictures.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, I think that's all the questions. That was super fun. Thanks for coming on my channel.
Thanks.
I love you.
Oh my God.
All right, you guys. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.